Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite?
Hello and welcome to, and good evening here on Ellis Men and at Dragon Stadium. First off, we want to thank Carroll High School for letting us use their beautiful stadium and their press box tonight. And now for some soccer. This is women's soccer between Marcus and Flower Mound, a bitter rivalry coming here in playoff time. This is going to be a very intense game, and we're going to see a lot of hard-fought soccer tonight. And now, Brody. I'm Brendan Selke alongside Brody Lewis. And Brody, what are you going to see out of Flower Mound tonight?
Well, Flower Mound, they are the 4 seed in this district here, but just because they're the 4 seed does not mean they aren't good. Being 4 seed in this district still means that they are competitive and willing to play, because this is a very tough district that they're playing in right now. Flower Mound and Marcus have faced off twice before this match. Flower Mound has not won either of those matches. They lost 3-0 against Marcus the first time, and then they tied 1-1 the second time. So by my math, I'd say that means Flower Mound's due for a win this time.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup, especially between the rivalry. You know, it's going to be a big game. You know, playoffs, it just had so many implications towards it. But I'm definitely going to look for Marcus overall. This team has already beat Flower Mound. They've shown that they can, and of course they had that draw and of course the 3-0 win. This team doesn't play a lot of possession soccer, but they're a team that likes to play off the counterattack. And if they can just have some good defense against Flower Mound, I think they have what it takes to beat Flower Mound tonight.
You're right. Marcus definitely does have some stars on this team, but Flower Mound has some stars too. Specifically, some players that you should be looking out for tonight are the twins Haley and Hannah Augustine. Haley has 9 goals and 6 assists on the season, while her sister Hannah has 7 goals and 6 assists this season. And it's not just the typical players that you're seeing, but the goalkeeper Maya Cordova has 10 shutouts on the season this year, so they can play offense and they can play defense.
And that is going to be all the time we have for this pregame show, and we'll be right back here on Ellis Men.
Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around, we've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all.
Coaches for Flower Mound, Michelle Sopas, Kaylee Hasso, Lexi Walter, and Becca Willett.
Welcome back here on LSMN at Carroll Stadium. And as we were saying earlier on the pregame show, you were talking about some key players for Flower Mound, and some key players for Marcus is of course Bella Campos. She's had a heck of a season. She's had 10 goals and 4 assists just in district, and then 20 goals throughout the whole entire season. And then you got the captain Nia Mazzola, and you have Kennedy Wise, who are 2 captains for this team, and they're both seniors. They're both veteran players, and they're both looking to go far in these playoffs, especially with their final year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. All those players that you've just mentioned are very, very good. Bella Campos has 20 goals on the season, along with Nina Mazzola, 19 goals. So, very, very talented Marcus roster here.
Yeah, they definitely have what it takes to get past this team. We've already seen that they can beat this team. It's just, the playoff implications and this rivalry in its own just makes this game even more hard in its own mindset. You don't go into the playoffs thinking, oh, I'm going to play my bitter rival on the playoffs in this time, but you go in here just trying to win. They kind of just have to ignore the fact of the rivalry you have here and just play the soccer they've been playing all year.
You're absolutely right. You don't go into playoffs thinking you're going to play a district rival, but the way the cards have fallen is just, it's incredible, honestly. This is probably not the most common of games to happen, but I'm just glad that we get to cover it.
Yeah, an incredible matchup to cover on LSMN, and 2 really good teams. Obviously, both Marcus and Flower Mound have a strong reputation, as we're going to go back down to the field here for the national anthem. Welcome back here on LSMN for some playoff soccer as we get you set here for kickoff, as of course the captains are meeting at center field to get the coin toss underway, but has every making to be a wonderful game tonight, and just for both squads. Obviously, Flower Mound didn't have as good of a season as Marcus, but they both have, as I was talking about before the break, great reputations. Flower Mound has been good the past decade in its own, and so has Marcus. I mean, these are 2 historic high schools, and of course going off in the playoffs just makes it even better.
You're right, the defending champs in Flower Mound and the new Undertakers in Marcus. This is set to be an excellent game tonight.
Yeah, and both student sections both showing up. It's wonderful to see here on a Friday night. I mean, it's all coming together for some great playoff soccer. As the teams get back together for the final time before we get kickoff here tonight at this beautiful stadium in Carroll. I expect to see, as I was talking about earlier from Marcus, they like to play the through ball. They're a good defensive team, and that's how it works out for them. They build off the counterattack. They use their defense to move forward as they go through. They're fine with playing defense most of the match as long as they can create those counterattack chances, especially in our last broadcast where we did Marcus Heber, and Of course, that game ended on a draw, but all 3 of Marcus's goals came off the counterattack using that through ball. They love giving it off to Bella Campos.
And Flower Mound is a very aggressive team on the other hand. Their highest scorer for the season, Kerrigan Furlan, 14 goals, 8 assists on the season. The only person even close is Ali Pinto with 10 goals and 5 assists. So a very aggressive team here against a very defensive team.
Yeah, it's everything you kind of want to see. It's going to be who does their craft the best. I mean, you're going to want to see if Marcus isn't running off that counterattack, that's not really where they're the best at. You saw that in Hebron. They struggled to work off the counterattack in that first half, but going into that second half, they used the counterattack better. And as for Flower Mound, they're that possession-oriented team. They like to have the ball, and they like to create chances off the possession.
And it looks like Marcus will be starting off with the ball tonight, which means Flower Mound will get it at the half.
Yep, as we're going to get underway here, this great playoff soccer between 2 bitter rivals, Marcus and Flower Mound.
Number 11, Piper Hemperly, to do the kickoff tonight.
As you're going to have Bree Russell and Maya Cordova in net tonight. Maya Cordova for Flower Mound and Bree Russell for Marcus.
And the game is officially underway. Let's see who comes out on top.
As Marcus starts off just going through the back. Slow and steady, you're going to look for those long balls as we see one right through here. Tries to find a gap on the right side.
And a nice deep pass is going to get intercepted by Flower Mound.
So we're just going to take it back, and Cordova's just going to put it back in play, but Marcus is going to clear it off to the side, and it's going to be an early Flower Mound throw-in.
And a quick start to this game as Marcus gets possession once again.
Yeah, they're both relatively quick teams. Obviously, as we said, Flower Mound likes to play that possession game, but Marcus is going to work off that counterattack, just try to be quicker than the other team. As Flower Mound is just kind of working it through the back of their defense here.
Slowly bringing it back up the field.
Have some open space in the middle of the field here. So they move it through the right side, tries to find a person on the right side. Gives it back, but at that time the ball is already out.
See, as I was talking about earlier in the game, Flower Mound, a very aggressive team, got the ball into Marcus territory very quickly there.
Yeah, they used a lot of possession. Not really long passes, just small, quick passes. As Marcus tries to go with a quick throw in here, but Flower Mound's quick to intercept that. To the infield there, but just a missed touch as the Lady Marauders are going to move it back through the back of the defense here.
And the ball will go out of bounds once again. It will be Flower Mound's ball.
Flower Mound's going to throw this ball in quick. It's going to be a foul here on Grace Martin early in the game.
Yeah, she just came up right behind Rory Shank as she was about to get a header off. Just completely disrupted her. And now Flower Mound is going to get a free kick.
See how they work off these set pieces here. So they just move the ball in, but no Flower Mound lady to be found there. Was this going to be Bella Campos on the side here, but she seems to just be out stiff, but they seem to be giving the ball back here to Marcus.
And the Marcus fans wanting a foul there, but they're not going to get one.
Marcus is just going to take its time to the back of the field. Trying for another long stress pass up here. Move down the side, tries to go in, but it's going to go off another Flower Mound leg, and it's going to be another throw in here for Marcus on their side of the field.
Marcus very quick with the throw in there, trying to catch Flower Mound off guard.
Just find some open space there. That's Hemperly on the left side. Tries to cross it in, but Flower Mound leg's going to be on the way, but that's going to be an early Marcus corner here. Only 3 minutes into this match.
And so far we can already see the two teams go different play styles clashing against each other. Flower Mound going with the quick short passes, while Marcus is a bit more methodical, waiting for the long passes to open up. So far neither team is getting much going, but we'll see what happens with this Marcus corner kick.
She whips it in here and then tries to go for the backside, just lands in the middle there. Kenny Weiss tries to take a shot off, but she just didn't have the right angle on it, so it's going to be a Flower Mound kick.
Not a bad corner there, but just couldn't get anything going on with that mosh pit in front of the goal there.
Yeah, after the initial header, it's just hard to find some open space there in the after the corner. As Flowermound's going to work through the back for the long stress pass here, but it gets cut off by a Marauder, but it lands straight in the feet of another Jaguar's feet. Here's Marcus again using that long ball again. It finds, of course, a Marauder leg, and she tries to switch the field here for Bella Campos, but it's just going to be out of the run way for Bella.
And great save there by Cordova to keep the ball from going out of bounds. She's just going to roll it off to the side for her teammate to pick up.
Yep, of course, Flowermound's going to continue that possession-oriented game. Just try to take their time, work it back through their goalie Cordova, and just find some open space. Through the middle of the field here, Marcus tries to put some pressure on. They're not able to get to that Jaguar defense quick enough, but they're able to cut this kickoff here by Cordova. Find some open space here for Bella. Post cuts back, has some open space now.
Great spin there.
Tries to give it back, but then Marauders weren't fast enough to make a decision there, but another missed kick there by Flowermound is going to lead to another Marauder touch, as they're going to have possession here in the middle of the field.
Almost a great kick there. If that would have got to Shank, she probably could have taken it way down the field with all that open space.
Post tries a little cross in there, but again it gets deflected off a Flowermound leg, and it's going to be another corner here for Marcus. That is now 2 corners in 5 minutes of play.
Marcus being very aggressive here in Flowermound territory. Flowermound can't seem to get the ball out of their territory.
Yeah, Marcus definitely looked like the quicker team. So this ball is going to be whipped in here through the back. Tries to find a Marcus head, but Flowermound gets to it first, and then the Marauders try the volley from the back. Just misses left. A good attempt.
And another miss by the Marauders. So far, both teams not being able to get much going. Marcus definitely seems to be the aggressor tonight, though, however.
They definitely added the bulk of the chances here early in the first half with 34 minutes remaining.
As the ball is going to go out of bounds, off of a Marauder, Maddie Reynolds. It's going to be Flowermound's ball again.
Let's try this long throw in here. Good land in Flowermound space, but a little shove there on the back is going to lead to a Marcus free kick.
Yeah, that foul there was on Shank as she pushed number 18, Aubrey Lyda, in the back there as she was about to get possession of the ball.
Now Chloe Adams has a chance at a free kick here to try to start something for the Marauders as she whips it in through the back. Tries to land on Kennedy Wise there, but doesn't find her head. As Flowermound is just going to clear this ball back out. Ball back in. Tries to move to the side, but another quick legs on that Flowermound defense. Although they haven't had much offense, they look great on defense so far.
You're right, with how aggressive Marcus is being, it's very impressive how well Flowermound's been playing defense.
As the Marauders try to move through this left side here, but not able to find open space. Flowermound is, of course, just going to work it through the back again, but doesn't find the open space here as Bella Campos is able to find some open field down the right side, but again, great defense there on the Flowermound side by Liberty Plasek.
Great hustle by Flowermound defense.
It's going to be another quick clear here for the Jaguars, and be another throw-in for the Marauders. Marauders have this in the top of the box here, but good tackle there by the Jaguars, and as they try to move out now. She's just going to cut back here, finds it a good person in the middle of the field. Tries to go to the middle of the field here. Finds some open space on the right side here for Mazzola. As she cuts back into the center, she makes a good move. She has some open space now. She makes a nice little touch again, but then the Flowermound defense shuts it down.
And now Flowermound with some extra open space.
As of course Flowermound's just going to take their time again, as they have been all game so far. And out of bounds on the Flowermound Jaguars once again.
Flower Mound has not been able to get it into Marcus territory since their first possession.
Yeah, it's just been all Marcus here to start this first half. They're going to now move the ball through the middle. Has an open person, Mazzola. She has some open space. She takes the shot, and it goes in. What a strike from the center of the field. What a shot to start the game. 10 minutes in, and Mazzola bags one for the Marauders.
And that is the first goal of this game. Mazzola with the credit there.
Yeah, she's the captain of this team, too. She had a beautiful strike just at the top of the box as the Marauder fans go crazy as they get their early 1-0 lead here in this playoff game.
That is Mazzola's 20th goal on the season, tying her fellow teammate Bella Campos.
And what a time to have it. Just what a strike there at the top of the box. Just puts it in perfect accuracy there in the top corner. Everything you want out of a strike. As now Flower Mound's going to try to take their possession, trying to gain some energy back now. They might have some open space here on down the right side of the field. Tried to go in for the cross, but it's going to be a tackle there. Ref's just going to say no foul, but it will be a corner kick here for the Jags. As now they're going to get their first chance of the night.
And this is Flower Mound's first venture into Marcus territory since their first possession of the game. Let's see if they can make something happen out of this, try to tie the game back up.
As the Jags whip this one in, but it's just not going to even get in play, and it's now going to be a goal kick here for Russell. We are 10 minutes here on Alice Men, and the Marauders took a early 1-0 lead with a goal from Nina Mazzola. As Russell's going to kick this one in to an open right side with no Marauders to be seen, so the Jags are going to get a throw in here. So they're going to move it down the left side of the field. Tries to find some space for a corner, but the Marauders shut that down well. Just decided to clear it here.
Flower Mound upping the aggressiveness just a little bit here, keeping the ball on the Marcus side of the field.
And now after that missed header there by the Jags, it's going to be another goal kick here for Russell. So, Brody, what are you seeing out of Marcus so far? You know, they've had a great start of the game. Obviously, they got that goal, but what are they doing better than Flower Mound?
Honestly, they're just being way more aggressive than Flower Mound, although Flower Mound is amping it up a little bit, but they just couldn't. Flower Mound just couldn't get the ball past the 50-yard line to give them some room to breathe. And if you can't get the ball out of your own territory, you can't win this game, especially not against this Marcus team.
As there's going to be a foul here at about midfield. Gives Flower Mound another free kick to maybe create a chance here. As that's Carly Geekus with the kick. Tries to find open person on that right side of the field there. Not able to find anyone, but a good header to put it back in play. Flower Mound's just taking some quick touches here, trying to work with possession. But Marcus has been quick early. And as Russ is going to say play on here, and that's a shot there from almost the same spot that Nina Mazzola scored on the other side of the field from the Marauders, but this one is another good save there by Bree Russell.
Russell almost actually lost the ball there, but she managed to make a good second save there to keep possession.
Yeah, she's still getting our first touches of the game there. As Marauders is going to kick this one down to the Flower Mound defense, as Flower Mound's going to look maybe to recycle it here back to Cordova.
And now Flower Mound back in their own territory again. They can't make the same mistakes they made last time if they want to have a chance of scoring here.
Yeah, they just had a few too many turnovers there. As now Mazzola moves it into the center of the field here. Marauders are going to take their time again through the back of this field. As Campos now has it on the right side. She cuts in. She puts it back to the center. Another good layoff pass here for the Marauders. So they're going to try to cross this one in, but it's not going to be able to find a Marauder head, but it's going to land at the feet of another Marauder player as they're just going to regain possession once again.
Flower Mound defense doing a great job here, keeping the ball out of the goal.
Marauders are just going to take their time with the possession. So something that usually we didn't see much when we broadcasted the Hebron game here on LS Men, but they worked off the counterattack here. But early, they've been having a lot of possession on their attacking side of the field.
And a good attempt there by Hannah Augustine to try to get the ball back, but it just goes out of bounds.
Tries to make a quick touch there, but it's going to land on a Jags feet as they're now going to have possession here through the middle of the field. They're going to cut back to the side here, and they're just going to cycle back through their defenders.
And good moves by Sky Leach to keep the ball in her own possession there.
Seems to be a misfoot there by Cordova, but it's going to still work out in the Jags' way as they're still going to have possession. Trying to move this ball through the right side of the field now. They come here on the strike, and they try to get a nice little through ball there, but not going to find any Jags' feet.
Flying around managed to get the ball out of their own zone there.
Almost a bad turnover there for Russell, but it's able to find some Lady Marauders as Campos now, with her good footwork, is going to try to find some open space here. She kicks it one just a little too hard, and it's going to give it straight back to the Flower Mound. As now they're going to have some open space on the right side here, looking maybe for a cross here as they whip it in, but it's not going to find any open space. Some good defense there by the Marauders.
And the Marauders are showing that they can play both sides of the ball aggressively.
Almost 15 minutes in here, and it's been a fast, high-paced game so far, just on both sides, really intense. Now, Marauders are just going to reset here with this throw-in. Just going to calm it down here on their side of the field. They're going to try to switch the field here using their defenders. She's going to take it up the center of the field now. Finds an open Campos on the right side. She takes her time with it. We talked about earlier. She has 20 goals on the season, but she's going to move it down the right side of the field here. Look to cross it in. She takes her time there, but it's going to be kicked out. It's being another corner here for the Marauders. Now their third corner in 15 minutes of play.
I always love watching corner kicks. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's just such a threatening chance you have off a corner kick. It's just anything can really happen once you get the ball in the box. As the Marauders going to make their first subs of the game here, as number 9 Maddie Hayes is going to come in.
And you can see Flower Mound has 2 defenders in the goal right now, just a little extra insurance to make sure the ball doesn't go in and they don't increase this lead to 2.
Marauders going to whip this one in here off their side foot and tries to land on the box here, but it's going to go off the leg of a Marauder, and it's going to be a goal kick here for Cordova. Another good defense on the corner there by the Jags. She's just going to start off through the back like she has been each and every time she's had a goal kick. So we're just going to move it to the center here. Nice little touch there by the Jags. 2 nice little touches to get free. But then a little bit of a weak pass there, but it lands on the legs of the Jags players as they come here on the counter down the right side of the field. Have a chance here to whip this ball in, but she tries to go with a small little pass there, but another nice little tackle there. They stumble up the Jags player, and they try to cross in, but another good block by the Marauders. The Jags are still going to have possession here, but they decide to just move it back. So they're just going to cut into the center field here. Finds an open person. They take the shot there, but a nice another block there by the Marauders. They've blocked at least 5 shots so far here in this game.
And Flower Mound had a chance to convert on a 4-on-3 fast break there, but just couldn't convert.
And here comes Maddie Hayes now on the counterattack down the right side of the field. Newly sub here, but she's not able to get to it in time. And Jag played that smart not to touch that ball, so now they're going to get the throw in.
And Flower Mound, as I said earlier, almost had a chance to convert on a 4-on-3 opportunity there, but just wasted the opportunity with that bad cross.
Yeah, it's just they try to work off the counter there, but some great defense on the Marauder side. Make sure to shut that down as fast as they can. It's going to be another throw-in on their attacking side of the field here, as Mazzola has it. As now they whip it in, almost lands in the face of Marauder, but Marauder's going to take the shot here, but just going to have a little too much power there. It's another goal kick for the Jags.
But a bit too much on that one.
Yeah, another good chance. She had the open space to take the shot. She just put a little bit too much power on it, but that's the same type of thing that the Jags gave up on the first goal. They just gave too much space to Mazzola, and she was able to put that shot on net. Cordova continues just to work it through the back for defense here. Nice little give and go there. Move it now through the center of the field. So Jags have someone open on the right side here, making a run.
A lot of open space here. See if they can make it work.
Another 3-on-3 counterattack here for the Jags. Tries to set up the cross. Gets the cross in, but that's another block by the Marauders. Almost every time the Jags have had a cross, it's just been blocked by Marcus so far.
And that's going to lead to a corner kick for the Lady Jags.
Be the same side they had their first corner kick on. Last time they had this corner kick, they didn't get the ball in play, just kind of missed it through and through, so they're just going to try to work off this one. So this one definitely not going to go out of play, and it just lands in the box there, but good play by Kennedy Wise to clear that one out. Just going to move back in through, tries to go for another cross here. They're going for the shot almost, and it just misses. Nice little shot there by the Jags.
And that is only the Jags' second shot on goal tonight, I believe. Not a lot of offensive progression here from the Jags.
As we are now about halfway through this first half here. The Marauders are up 1-0 on a nice strike by Nina Mazzola here on Ellis Men. As the Jags are just going to work it through the back as they have been all night. Sticking to their game plan early. But another turnover here on their own field as Marauders come back on this counterattack here. Has some open space. Moves it over to Hemperly, but she takes the shot and just gets kind of deflected and it came off weaker than she shot it. Flowermon's going to continue to work through the back there. Just continuing their quick passes.
Flowermont unable to get it out of their own territory.
Yeah, they're having the same issue they had when they gave up the first goal by Marcus, just not able to have long possessions and just keep turning the ball over. But Marauders have been good on the defensive side to keep that tight defense and make sure they don't have enough space. As this is moved to Mazzola now, she tries to find Hayes there, but Hayes was not in position for that pass, and it's going to be a throw in here for the Jags.
And we are now just a little bit over halfway through this first half. Marauders up 1-0.
You fight for the header there, but Marauders are able to win that, but they're just going to kick it out. It's going to be another throw in here. Another header there by Dixon, and she's just going to clear that one out. Straight now. Farman's able to retain possession off the throw-in. She's going to keep their quick passes going. Not really keeping it for long, not working off the dribble, just working off those quick passes as they have been. Back now, find someone open on the right side of the field here. She tries to move it to the center here. Find some open space. They're just going to take their time, move it back to the right, but a good defensive play there by the Marauders to shut that down by Costanz, who, already in this playoffs has 2 goals and assists, especially for a defender. That's really impressive there for the Marauders. They have a really good player back there on defense.
And the Marauders just easily getting in between these Jaguar passes, disrupting the flow of their game and getting the ball back.
Try to make a run there for the Marauders, but good defense on the Jag side to clear that one out quick. A high kick there on the Marauder side, but Flowermont's on the counterattack once again. They move this ball into the center now. She tries to make a few dribbles, but not able to. Good defense again by Marcus. They've just had really good defense here to start this first half.
And the Marcus defense is just like an impenetrable fortress. Flowermont can't get anything going through them.
Bella Campos is now going to come back in here for Marcus. She's going to take out Maddie Reynolds, switching those forwards up. As Marcus is just going to move it to the back. He's just going to go for the long ball here to Mazzola. Not able to find her, but Marcus is going to almost keep possession here. Tries to try for it back, but Firemon's going to be able to get that. Just take their time here through the middle as they have been. As they now move through the center here. Cuts in here and finds some open space. Move back a little bit too hard of a touch there, and again, nice defense there by Marcus, able to clear this out. This one's just going to roll out here, and it's going to be a Marcus throw-in.
And it looked like Flower Mountain just whiffed on that shot attempt there. Makes you wonder what would have happened if she actually made contact with the ball.
As Marcus is able to clear this one on through. Almost landed the feet there of Turgensen, but it's going to move now through the left side of the field for the Marauders. So they're just going to clear this one through. It's just going to, again, land out of bounds here for Marcus. They're trying to go for those long balls, and Flowermont's been good at shutting them down early. A little touch there, and that one's just going to roll off the foot of the Jags. Tries to go through the quick play, but not able to. But of course, Marcus has continued that pressure here on Flowermont. They seem to have tons of pressure early. And this is going to land at the feet of Mazzola here. She starts to cut back. She finds an open left side. Tries to go give and go, but Mazzola just wasn't ready for it that time. Flowermont's just going to try to move through the back again. So he's going to move through the back here as there's Pinto moving up down the left side of the field. A nice little slide tackle there by Marcus. They're going to say that it went off the Flower Mound leg. It's going to be a throw in there. That is a great defensive play there by Chloe Adams. We already know she's a strong player on that Marcus defense. As Grace Martin's going to take this throw in here for Marcus. Going the long throw in there. Tries to find Mazzola on the backside, but not able to. But another throw in here. Grace Martin's going to throw this one in again. Tries to find the center there, but then Grace Martin gives it off to Mazzola, who gives a nice little tap header there. Almost finds Hayes on that center. Over touch there, and it seems to be that Campos almost gets fouled there, but the ref's not going to move past that. As Grace Martin moves to the right side now, trying to create some space here. Makes a good pass there. Mazzola cuts it back to the center as they're going to move it back to the right side. Maybe look for the cross here, but that's going to be offside there. Just too quick a pass, and she wasn't able to get back.
And it seems like Marcus is getting a lot more done on offense now. They're able to move the ball a lot quicker than they were at the start of this game. Flowermont, however, has not seemed to improve much on the offensive side. Defense, though, still looks great.
Yeah, their defense is definitely what's keeping in the game here, as we have 13 minutes remaining here on Ellis Men, as Marcus is up 1-0 against Flowermont in this playoff matchup. Another throw-in here for Pinto. She's just going to give it off in the center. They're just going to try to move it through the back again, but another turnover here as Hayes tries to find some open space, but she's not able to as she gets fouled in the center of the field. And it's going to be another free kick here for Marcus. Right in a great spot that is only going to be about almost 20 yards out. That's going to be a great chance. As they move it back here, it's definitely going to be about 21 yards out from a goal. Have a great chance to strike here for Marcus. As it's going to be Castans here, looks to take the free kick. As she has Turgeson off to her right side. Of course, she has Campos back there in the box. Castans is going to take her run up. She takes the shot at net. She almost makes it. She just misses the left side. What a strike that was.
No, from where we're sitting, I thought it went in for a second.
It almost was a beautiful strike. Tries to pin it in that bottom left corner. get the stance, just misses the left side of the net there. Just a beautiful strike.
And another substitution for Marcus.
Yeah, it looks to be that. Gonna sub back in for Maddie Reynolds here as she takes out Hayes. Another forward switch here from the Marauders. That's how they keep their legs fresh and the front able to keep that pressure there in Flower Mound. Of course, Cordova is just gonna move it through the back. Take another strike here from the center. That's another long shot. That's a great shot there by the Marauders. Another good chance in the center of the field, but just not able to hit the net like they did on that first attempt to get that goal by Nima Zola. But they're really trying those long range shots here early. Gonna move through the backside here. Tries to find Wise, but it's gonna go over her head as Jags are able to move through, but another good defensive play by Marcus. They've really shut down everything so far that Flower Mound's had to offer.
And Flower Mound had a one-on-one opportunity there, but Marcus just got in the way and kicked it out of bounds.
As they're going to cross this one in, but another blocked opportunity there by Marauders. Going to be another corner here for Flower Mound, their third of the night. The same side each time with now 10 minutes remaining here on Ellis Men as Marcus still has the 1-0 lead.
Flower Mound's got to be getting real comfortable with that corner by now. Seeing as how it's their third corner kick of their night, and they've all been from that same corner.
Yeah, the first one just missed to the backside, and then the second one they have more of a chance. Landed straight in the middle. This one going to be whiffed in now.
Third time's the charm, they say.
Tries to put a good arms up there by Russell to catch that ball, and Flower Mound's not able to get any heads on top of it. Bree Russell's just going to slow things down here. She's just going to kick it back in the center of the field here. Not able to find any Marcus players. Campos is going to capture on this missed touch here by Flower Mound. She tries to move through the left side. She is pretty quick, but another good defensive play there by Flower Mound.
And we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsor, Bubba's 33 in the Colony. They've provided us food for these past two broadcasts. Yeah. And we could say personally their pizza and their chicken strips are very good.
Yeah, the chicken strips are great, and of course, that pizza was amazing our last broadcast too.
Our director devoured like the whole veggie pizza we had.
Marcus has another opportunity now here through the center, and they take another long shot out. Another good chance there. That is Maddie Reynolds with that shot this time. They've taken a lot of shots out from further out of the box at the top of the key here.
And a great save by Cordova there.
Yeah, just from the top of the key there by Maddie Reynolds. She tries to take a shot, tries to pin it in the corner. Marcus tries to move down to the right side. Mazzola tries to put pressure on, but it's going to be another throw in here for Flower Mound. Now with 8 minutes and about 30 seconds remaining in this first half.
And Flower Mound with a lot of empty space on the right side of the field there.
Yeah, as they're going to try to move off the counterattack now. Another good, seems to be another clean tackle there, as the ref says, as Marauders are going to take their time now through the left side, have some open space now themselves. They're going to take their time, tries to move it through the center, but Flower Mound's going to shut that one down. They're just going to kick this one off to the side. It's going to be a throw-in now. Marcus is going to have possession here. Again on their own offensive side. But another little bit of a bad touch there by Grace Martin, but Mazzola is able to be a strong touch there, tries to make up for her own teammate's mistake, but Flower Mound's able to keep possession. And now Flower Mound's found some open space here on the right side. They're able to make a good touch here down here, as that's Freeland. She has some open space. She whips a cross in. It's touched there by Grace Martin to kick this ball out. Yeah, and now it's going to land out for a Flower Mound throw-in.
And Flower Mound keeps getting these fast break opportunities, but they just can't seem to convert on them. It's almost like they get scared.
Yeah, they want to keep possession, but they're really only creating those offensive opportunities off the counterattack. They're trying to keep possession, but they're making a little bit of mistakes on their passes so far. And Marcus is able to have some good pressure on the defensive side to capitalize off those mistakes. Almost a off-ball foul there, but ref didn't seem to want to call it, as we're going to move now through the back right side for Flower Mound. Again, here comes Freeland. She tries to whip one in, but it's going to be off Flower Mound, and it's going to be a goal kick here for Marcus. They've played some amazing defense here in this first half.
Yeah, Marcus may give up some territorial battles, but in the end, they definitely come up in the end and save goals.
Definitely blocked a lot of crosses on that Flower Mound side and a lot of shots. Flower Mound's only had about 1 or 2 shots on net so far. So Russell's just going to take her time here. Just move it here on this right side of the field. Tries to get off Mazzola, but it's just going to move back through this Marauder defense. As Martin's going to move back through her teammate. And this one is going to land out of bounds, and it's going to be a Flower Mound's going to be able to have possession with the throw-in. Just going to bounce off a few legs here as Marauders about to get it back to their goalie, but she's going to miss-touch it here. As Pinto tries to take a quick shot there, but just doesn't get the right foot on it, just misses it wide. It's going to be another goal kick here for Marcus. Nearing the end of the half here, almost 5 minutes remaining in the first half here on Ellis Men.
Yeah, and Russell, I don't know what happened there. It's like she barely got the edge of the ball there and didn't go nearly as far as he wanted to, but Flower Mound still just unable to convert as just kicked out of bounds.
Russell's going to take her time once again. Going to move to the left side this time. Nice header touch there. Campos going to, Mazzola is going to try to rush off after this ball. She's on the right side now. As Flower Mound's just going to vouch to move it back through their defense as they have been. Of course, Marcus is going to keep that pressure up like they have continued to do throughout this first half. Nice quick little, nice footwork here by Flower Mound as they move through the center of the field.
Trying to make something happen in this final 5 minutes of the half.
As Pinto's going to lay it off to Hasak here, who gives it back to Augustine. Augustine gives it back to Leach, then gives it back to the center of the field here.
Yeah, Leach was just surrounded there, and she gives up possession.
As Campos is going to try to put some pressure here on that Flower Mound defense, as she has been. And Flower Mound's just going to take its time here in the final few minutes of this first half. So they try to go for the long ball. That's going to bounce off the head of a Marcus player, though. It's going to give possession straight back to Marcus as they're just going to work it back through their defense. Try to move up the right side now.
And a great stop there by Kerrigan Furlan.
But Marcus is able to continue possession here as Campos lays it off to her teammate, Turgeson. Turgeson has some open space here on the right side. She tries to give it back to Martins here. Martins takes almost maybe the cross in. She tries to get in, but ends up just kind of being a shot on net. It's going to land in the hands of Cordova as she tries to move it back out quick. Tries to get Flower Mound to work off the counterattack now. As they're just going to try to maybe slow things down here. But here comes now Flower Mound through the center of the field. They have some open space to work with now. So they make a few good touches, and that's now going to be a foul on Marcus right here, about 23 yards away from the goal. It's going to be a good chance here for Flower Mound nearing the end of the half.
And Maddie Reynolds not happy with the call there, arguing with the official a little bit.
It's going to be a prime chance here for Flower Mound to get on the board here in the first half.
Now just over 3 minutes left in this first half. Let's see if Flower Mound can't make something out of this.
It's going to be Leach here for Flower Mound to take this free kick. I guess they're going to switch it up here now as I guess Furlan and Leach are going to maybe try to fake this one, as they do. And Furlan's going to lay it off to Leach now, who has some open space to try to cross this ball in, as they do. But it's just going to land over the top of the net. That was a smart play there by Flower Mound. It just doesn't work out in their advantage.
Yeah, like you said, very smart play by Flower Mound. It even had me confused a little bit. And a great kick by Furlan there, just a bit too much there.
As Russell's now going to kick this one back into play now with almost a little over 2 minutes to play here now as it lands in the feet of Campos, but a good defensive play there by Augustine to clear that one out. But Mazzola's going to land. It's going to land in her feet as she's going to move it back to the right side. This one's going to land on Grace Martin, who lays the one off almost perfectly to Campos, but it's just a little bit too much power on it, and Cordova's able to clean that up. Just now they're going to work it through the back once again. Feed here, Furlan, who just gives it off to the side. Just mistouches it there. It's going to be a throw in here for Marcus. Nearing the end of this first half.
Just over a minute and a half left.
Both teams have played pretty good soccer here in this half. Of course, Marcus had the 1 goal by Nia Mazzola. A great strike to make it 1-0.
Yep, no goals since then, and that was only 10 minutes in.
Yep, game has definitely calmed down. Mountain's just kind of working through their defense here, trying not to turn it over. Moves it back through the right side here. Tries to find some open space downfield, but another good play by Kennedy Wise as she's going to clear that one out. Good defensive play. As we know, she's the leader on the defensive side for Marcus. She's the one of the 2 captains for Marcus, as both Mazzola and Kennedy Wise both lead their team. Both seniors, both really good players for Marcus. Going to be another throw in here at nearing the end of the first half. With about 40 seconds remaining. Going to find some open space here for Leach, but Leach is not able to give it off to her teammate. And Campos is going to have some open space here to work with almost, but she seems to be cut off here, and a good defensive play there by Flower Mound. They're just going to move it through the back here. Just about 20 seconds left. As they're going to move, Marcus is now going to move this back off to Grace Martin, but she's going to leave it off to the right side, but it doesn't seem it's going to land in the feet of any Marauders, and Flower Mound's going to have a throw in here with about 9 seconds.
And at this point, Flower Mound's just trying to make sure that they don't give up any extra goals before half, but it doesn't look like they will. And that will do it for the first half.
Yep, and the first half, we have a 1-0 game from the Marcus Marauders as Nia Mazzola bags one 10 minutes in. What's your first half thoughts?
Well, at the start of the game, we both thought that this game was going to be a shootout, judging by how many goals each team has on the season. But right now, it's anything but that. It's a very defensive game, and we will be right back after these messages.
Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around. We've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33. Food for all.
Hello and welcome back to Ellis Men on YouTube for this halftime report. As Marcus has a 1-0 lead here at halftime from a Nia Mazzola goal. It was a great half by both teams. I mean, after the first 10 minutes, Flowermound seemed to settle down and both teams played well. Going into this, it definitely seemed to be that we were going to think that Marcus was going to work off the counterattack and Flowermound was going to be the possession-oriented team, but it seems to be that the roles have reversed, and it's been that Marcus has worked with possession and Flowermound has worked off the counterattack.
Yeah, you're absolutely right here, Brendan. Flowermound definitely seems to be more active on those counterattacks, not really keeping the ball in their own possession for very long, while Marcus, on the other hand, has 2-3 minute possessions at any given time. And yeah, like you said, after that first 10-minute stretch, it seems the game has really mellowed out a little bit. We both thought this was going to be a shootout before the game started, but it seems to be anything but that.
Yeah, it seems to be that playoff atmosphere, the great student sections, everything that's coming together in this game really made this game a new atmosphere, and definitely with the rivalry, both Flowermound and Marcus, two teams from LASD, you know, these two really good teams, two historic programs. So, I mean, this has been a great game and just on both sides.
And I'd definitely like to shout out Maya Cordova real quick. She's been under attack this entire first half, and she's only given up one goal. I think that's incredible goalkeeping there, and I just think that she's doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, both teams have played well, and that's going to be all the time we have here on Ellis Men for this halftime report, and we'll be right back after some messages.
Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 in the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around. We've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 in the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around. We've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner?
Hello and welcome back Ellis Men on YouTube at the beautiful Carroll Stadium here tonight as the Marauders have a 1-0 lead after the first half as we're about to get the second half kickoff underway.
And both teams are making their way back out onto the field. So, Brendan, what do you think you're going to see tonight for the rest of this game?
Well, on my standpoint, of course, I've been mostly the Marcus talker, but for Farmount, since they've just been, I think, they love to work with possession. They just had a couple issues just keeping that ball, and they've had to change their strategy to go off the counterattack. And I just think it's not really working the best for them so far, but they've had their chances. They just had a few mistakes, and definitely on the offensive side, but even on the defensive side, just too many turnovers. They just got to clean up the way they play, and I think they'll have a better second half.
It definitely seems like both these teams are working better, adopting their opponent's strategies this game.
Just come on. It's maybe that different tactic. They know they've seen each other a couple times, and maybe they just want to change some things up and kind of keep the opponent off guard, and Marcus has just done a little bit better job of that.
And Flowermount coming back out onto the field looking really excited for the second half. So does Marcus.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge second half here. Of course, this is the third round of the playoffs. Both teams had strong showings in their last rounds, but going into this, they're just coming down to the final few teams here. And, of course, both these teams are really good. Both these teams, even if they win here tonight, they're going to have some hard challenges, but either one of these teams could make it all the way to the finals. Like, these two teams are both strong, and, of course, you add the rivalry onto it. It's just going to see how it pans out. It's going to be some great soccer here in the second half.
And Flowermount ready for the second half kickoff, only waiting on Marcus to get out.
Should be a fun second half. Of course, the one goal from Marcus came from Nia Mazzola off a great strike early in that first half. After that, the game kind of just seemed to settle down there for both sides. Not too many chances.
I'm definitely expecting Flowermount to amp up the intensity here. They don't want to allow Marcus to get any more goals here, and they want to be able to get their own.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to come out. I'm assuming they're going to want to come out fast here. They know they have the time. You have 40 minutes. They just want to probably strike early. And then, of course, after this, if we go into the 1-1, we're going to have the extra time, and then going onto the PKs if nothing is solved after the extra time. As we get now the second half underway here.
And Marcus already looking aggressive, going straight for that ball after the kickoff.
And Flowermount's under pressure early, but able to find some space. As they're going to move this ball back through the middle here. Quick off their feet here. Nice little through ball here. It's tries to fall in Russell's hands, but she dives out. But another good play there by Flowermount, but it seem to be offsides here on the Jag side as they make a good run. They don't seem to like the call, but as Russell's now going to move back in after the offsides call. Been underway, and of course, Flowermount had that early counter chance there, just quick. They moved very fast with their passes. As Flowermount's able to get possession back there, outfought the Marcus defender here. Tries from open space, quick little pass inside. They just move it back here there for Leach. Leach cuts back, just gives it back off her defense and Augustine. She just cycles it back with their final defensive backs. Leach is going to move this ball through the middle now, taking her time. And they're going to switch the field here. Tries to find some open space.
Flowermount definitely taking some pages from Marcus's playbook here.
Freeland tries to find some space there, but Nia Mazzola did a good job to cut her off. So now Campos is going to have the chance to make an attack here for Marcus as she opens up through the left side. She cuts through the center, tries to, as he switches the field here. Turgerson's going to move it back off to the side, but it's going to move through the center again. And Flowermount's able to get possession right back. Augustine's going to give it up. To move straight back through the Flowermount defense as they have been all game. They've been using their defense to function their offense. But this ball is just going to land on the feet of Marcus player. And it's going to be a long ball here. See if Campos can get to this one. She does not, but it's going to be cleared out there by Flowermount. It's going to lead to an early throw in here for Marcus.
And just an absolute laser of a kick there by the Lady Marauders.
They've definitely been working off that long ball there. They've had the possession, but they move through the long ball. As Campos is going to get subbed off early here in this second half as Maddie Hayes is going to come in. Thrown here, finds some open space here. So that's Hemperly. She moves it back through her midfield. Midfield cuts in. Nice little move there to split the defenders as they now take a shot through the back, and she just misses over the top. What a strike that would have been. She had nice footwork to find some open space. It's another second half chance there.
And another long strike there from the Marauders, seeming to favor the long strikes other than the up close and personal method.
And Marcus is going to try another long ball here. Lands in the feet as that is. Now Maddie Hayes is going to have a chance down the left side of the field. She uses her nice footwork to find some open space. She's going to lend it off back there to Maddie Reynolds, but that ball is just going to get cleared by the Flower Mound defense. But a Marcus player able to get there first. Now has some open space on the right side. Looks for the cross. Finds a cross in, but it gets deflected out here for Flower Mound. It's now going to be the first corner here for Marcus. They had a few early in the first half. Kind of slowed down after that, but now they're going to get their another chance at the corner here in the second half. About 4 minutes in here on Ellis Men.
And once again, a corner from the same corner that Flower Mound has been favoring all night.
This looks to be that Maddie Reynolds is going to take the corner here. It's going to be an out swinging corner here. This ball and tries to find some open space for Kennedy Wise, and she takes a shot off, and it just seems to roll out of the keeper's hands. They find some open space. They take a shot again. It lands in the feet of a Marauder player, and it goes in the net. It just lands in the feet of the Marauders after the ball bounces a few times, and the Marauders are able to bag one here early again. This time in the second half, and they take a 2-0 lead here in the playoffs.
Only 4.5 minutes that goal was scored in, and the Marauders really just used the movement of the ball to their advantage. It just didn't seem like Cordova could keep up with all of it.
And that is Maddie Hayes, the sub, who comes in to clean that ball up after it bounces around a few times after Mazzola takes her first shot. That's going to be the second goal of the game here for the Marauders.
And that's only Hayes' 4th goal of the season.
Yeah, she's definitely comes off the bench most of the time, but that time she came in clutch here, especially in the playoffs. A big time for a goal as they now stretch their lead out 2-0 against Flower Mound.
Now Flower Mound really needs to pick up the aggression here if they want a chance to come back and win this game.
They try to move quick here off the kickoff, just like they did the first time the Marauders scored. Rough tackle there on both sides, but it's going to be a lead to a throw in here for Flower Mound. Another early goal for Marcus, this time 5 minutes in. Marcus calling for offside as they are right. Flower Mound's definitely going to have to figure some things out here early. 2 goal there. The 1 goal lead is already hard enough in playoff time. Add another goal onto that, it makes it even more of a challenge.
Marcus on pace to tie the score from their first meeting with Flower Mound, which was 3-0. Flower Mound definitely doesn't want that to happen again.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to work with. Still have 35 minutes left in this second half. As kind of just gets a missed foot off there by Marcus, is going to lead to a Flower Mound throw-in. Augustin's going to take that throw-in. Going to move it through the back again as Flower Mound's done all night, but that one's just, but she's able to keep it in even after the long out of reach play there. Russell tries to come out of their box there, tries to catch that ball, but it's going to land in the feet of Flower Mound as the ball bounces around a few times now for Flower Mound in their own box, but this time it doesn't come to anything for them, as of course Marcus continues their strong defense. The Jags are going to continue to move quick here, go with the quick throw-in. They're now going to move to the left side. Goes in for the cross. It's not going to find any Jags' legs. It's going to bounce straight back out here for Marcus as Mazzola makes another good play. Temperley now is going to move it back through the middle. Open person down the right side. She's going to take it for herself. She stutters, makes a nice little move, tries to cut back again. She goes to the legs this time, and she takes a shot way out, but just a little bit too far to the right, but a nice run there by Maddie Reynolds.
And Reynolds just being very aggressive on this drive, keeping the ball for almost the entirety of it. And not the worst shot that we've seen tonight, but definitely not the best.
The Flowermound's going to keep the pace up here. Again, Marcus' defense is going to be quick enough to cut that off. Flowermound's going to try to move this move quick here, but Matty Hayes is going to cut that one off. And Marcus is going to try to clear, but it gets blocked here by Flowermound, and now they're going to have a chance to work off. Kenny Weiss comes back. They'll have some open space here for Leach. Leach takes her time, moves it back to the center for Pinto.
Flowermound being very aggressive on this possession, not letting Marcus get any easy balls.
Flowermound's going to try to move it back to the back here, cycle it back to the defense. As they're going to move to the center here, try to make a move. Has a nice little dribble there. She makes two people miss. She's going to go in for the, try to take her time here. Cuts back in, has some open space now. Plenty of space, but a good save there by Bree Russell. A good run there by Flowermound, but an even better save by Bree Russell.
Russell hasn't gotten a lot of action tonight, but when she does, she does good. She hasn't allowed any goals tonight.
As Marcus is going to move it through the back. As now Kenny Wise takes her time with it. Gives it off to Castans. Castans moves it to the center now. Gives it off to Mazzola. Nice little ball there, but Flowermound's able to get the first touch on it. She makes a nice little touch to lead it off to her teammates. A bit too heavy, but it's going to land on the feet of her teammates. See if Hayes can get to this one on the left side. She's going to have some space here. Go to her teammate Hemperly. Hemperly has some space now. She takes a shot, but it's going to deflect off Flowermound leg, and Cordova's going to be able to clean that one up. She just decides to take her time here.
And the nice kick will send it out to about the half field mark.
After that touch by Rogers, going to be a throw in here for Jags. They're going to move quick once again. Of about 30 minutes remaining here in the second half. Here on Ellis Men. Marcus has a 2-0 lead. Ramon's going to use the middle of the field once again. Giving off back to Augustine, who's going to move it back to the center. Gives it off to Leach. Leach has some open space now. So that's cut to the center now. She's going to slow down here. Gives back to Pinto. Then Pinto cycles back with her defense. Trying to slow things down here. Going to cycle back to Cass. Cass gets it back now. Keeps moving it back with her defense. Flowermound's keeping a lot of possession now. Things you didn't really see much in the first half, but they're working better now here in the second. And now they're creating a chance off it. So they give it back, tries to take a shot, but this one just misses wide.
Flowermound not getting a lot of shots on goal tonight. All of them seem to be missing wide right or wide left.
Now Flowermound's going to get a sub in here early in the second half. About 10 minutes in, Bree Russell's going to kick this one back into play. Going to land on the head of Flowermound. Give this one off to Furlan. Furlan too heavy of a touch and a good shutdown there by Marcus. Now Mazzola has it. Mazzola finds some open legs here for Hemperly. Hemperly tries to cut through, but of course Flowermound's defense has been strong all night. So now Maddie Reynolds has some open space. Plenty of space now, gives it back off down to Hayes. Hayes has some space on the left side now. She tries to cross in, but it gets blocked. And Flowermound's trying to settle down, but a turnover here. Mazzola has a chance to take the shot, but she just gets out-bodied there, not able to get everything she wants on that shot, and Cordova did a good chance to clean that one up. Just a quick turnover there. Mazzola tries to get a shot up, but not having enough time with having the Flowermound defense on her back. And now Kenny Wise has it on the other side. Tries to make it a Marcus ball, but just ends up giving it back, and it's going to be a Flowermound throw-in now. As Augustine's going to throw this ball back in. She's going to give it back. Teammate doesn't seem to be a bit ready for it, but luckily it falls on the feet of another Jags player. So this seems to be a free kick now for Flower Mound after a foul by Marcus. Move this ball back up there. Have another free kick to create another chance off here. Try to go with the quick pass and try to move it back in. With that one's just going to be cleared out there again by the Marcus defense, having a strong night. Strong back line for them all night. Not letting Flower Mound create a lot of chances.
Marcus is definitely doing better on the defensive side of the ball than Flower Mound is tonight.
Flower Mound has some open people now down here on the right side. Gives off to Hoang. She crosses it in. Not able to find any Jags legs, but it lands in the feet of one. And this gets ricocheted around. It's going to ricochet in for Flower Mound. And after all the chances they had, the ricochet goes in first for Flower Mound.
Possibly one of the slower goals tonight. That ball just strolled on in.
Yeah, it just took a few bounces off legs for Flower Mound, and it finds its way in. Not able to clear it there.
Looks like Bree Russell was expecting the ball to go way to the right, but that ricochet just caught her off guard.
Seems to be that Avery Simmons got the last touch there for Flower Mound, as her initial shot got deflected, and that's the one that slowly rolled in. We see it again as Marcus has that chance to clear. Just Russell kind of just dived out of the way because the way the shot was going before the deflection was going to go to the other side, but since it got deflected by our own teammate in front, just landed outside. But now a chance for Marcus here as Hemperly has a chance down the left side, but it's cleared here for Flower Mound. All of a sudden, this is a close game now. It's going to be a 2-1. Marcus still has the lead with about 25 minutes remaining in the second half of playoff soccer here. Move to the back now. Marcus trying to settle down the game a little as they decided to switch the field. He's getting pressured here now by Mazzola. Is getting pressured here by Flower Mound, and now they're going to have the chance off the counterattack. Some great pressure on there, but just a little bit too weak of a touch, and it's going to land back at the Freedom Market. But it's going to be a foul here on Mazzola. It's going to be here a yellow card. It's going to be a free kick now for Flower Mound.
And it looks like there is an injured Jaguars player. And Coach Zappos is having a conversation with the ref here about what just occurred.
Definitely talking about it, as it was a pretty hard tackle there by Mazzola. Do you think the yellow was warranted?
Looks like the foul was against Carly Kruger. Looks like she might have just got the wind knocked out of her a little bit as she's not coming off the field. Just a little bit shaken up.
See now as the ref's just going to make sure Marcus is 10 steps behind, and this Sky Leach is going to take the free kick here for Flower Mound, as now they have a chance to tie it all of a sudden.
Flower Mound definitely has a momentum advantage here against Marcus. Let's see if they can make anything happen with it.
Kick this ball in here for Sky Leach, but it's going to land straight on the head of a Marauder player. So now they're going to have the chance off the counterattack now. Here comes Ferguson now with the ball. She's taking her time with it. She lays it off to Maddie Hayes, who is on her left side. She tries to run with it all the way down the left side. She gets by the first Flower Mound defender. She tries to cross in, but just a little bit too weak of a touch. It's going to be cleared out here by Flower Mound.
And we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsor, Bubba's 33, once again. Their chicken is just really good. I snuck a couple bites in during halftime. Can safely say they are one of my favorite sponsors we've had.
As this ball is just going to roll back out in the midfield here for Marauders.
Flower Mound, a lot of free space, but the pass is blocked.
And And now Marcus is going to take their time, giving it back to Kennedy Wise. As they're just going to take their time. This ball almost lands in the feet of Flower Mound, but Marcus did a good job to make sure they retain possession. Ball takes a couple weird bounces. It's not going to be a foul here on Piper Hemperly, and it's going to be a free kick here for Flower Mound.
Flower Mound's had a lot of free kicks tonight, but they just can't seem to convert on them.
As it almost looks like Mazzola is going to come back in here after getting her yellow card. Obviously, they're going to want to keep her on the field as much as they can. So this ball is going to be whipped in here for Flower Mound. It's going to land in the feet of some Marcus players. It's trying to go through the right side here for Bella Campos. She tries to go in, but it's going to just be last touch there by Marcus. It's going to be a throw in here for Flower Mound as Haley Augustine is going to take it. And of course, another throw in here for Flower Mound. Excuse me, there was a foul on the play. It's going to be a free kick here, right next to the Flower Mound bench. She's going to kick this one in, and it's going to find a Flower Mound head, but it's going to land straight back to Marcus. Nice little quick touch there by Hayes. She tries to get it through, but Flower Mound's going to be the first one to it. And now Hayes is going to come up with it here on this left side of the field. She tries to make a run, but she's tackled from behind. And it seems to be going to card on the play. It's going to be the second card of the game. It's going to be on Flower Mound. Here that's going to be, I think, Emily Hoang. Excuse me. It's going to be Jalen Chaney, the midfielder for Flower Mound. She's going to now have to be subbed off after getting the yellow card. Be a free kick, of course, for Marcus. Seems to be that Caroline Castance is going to take it.
And two yellow cards within the span of 5 minutes.
The rivalry is definitely starting to kick in here, especially in playoff time.
Both teams with time running out, realizing what's on the line here.
As Castance is going to whip this one to the right side, and it's going to land on the feet of Bella Campos. Bella Campos is going to take her time with it. Obviously the leading scorer for Marcus as she just gets pulled down to the ground there, but there's going to be no call. Flower Mound tries to go in there, but she seems to just kind of rough into the goalie there. It's going to end up just being end up being a goal kick for Flower Mound. I'm sure the ref is just going to check on her. As we have about 22 minutes remaining here in the second half, as Marcus has a 2-1 lead after early goal by Marcus, but Flower Mound's able to strike back. Make this one 2-1 here on Alice Men. As Flower Mound's just going to have possession here, try to slow things down. To find some open space here on the left side of the field. But Marcus is able to try to whip that one back in. Able to find some open space here for Maddie Reynolds. Maddie Reynolds gives it off to Castance, who lays this one back in. Tries to find Hemperly down the left side, but it's going to be cleared here by Flower Mound. It's going to be another corner for Marcus. It's going to be on the different side this time. Another good chance for Marcus to get another 2-goal lead.
It looks like there's a marauder down near the midfield point.
Seems to be that she might just have some tight muscles there. So trying to stretch her out.
And the trainers start running out now.
Yeah, as it seems to be there's an injury on the opposite side of the field. It's going to be number 17, Isabel Martinez, actually, Turgeson. She's going to be limping off here. Hopefully she's okay. Just be the back of the play there. She's had a really good night, too. It's just a shame to see her go down. Really good defensive night, and she's worked with the ball good, too, on the offensive side. Marcus is just going to take this time to regroup, get some water. Hopefully Turgeson can come back in here. Now she's walking on her own will. It's good to see. As we're still going to have a Marcus corner coming up here. Turgeson's, of course, going to come off. This can definitely land in the back here, as Marcus has been doing all time. Just kind of quick little run in, land in the cross. Is probably going to land in the back here. See if they can have success this time.
And it looks like Caroline Costins, the Kansas commit, is going to be taking her place.
The ball is whipped in here. Almost lands in the space of the goalkeeper, but it's able to be recovered here by Marcus. Marcus has some open space, tries to whip it in, but it gets blocked there by Flower Mound. And this one is just going to be cleared out. It's going to be a throw in here for Marcus once again. We're about almost halfway through the second half here. Marcus still maintaining that 1-goal lead. Costanza is now going to take this throw in. She's going to just lay it off quick here to Maddie Reynolds as she makes a couple good moves there. This ball is just going to be again cleared out, but it's going to be last touch by Flowermont once again. It's going to be another throw in here for Marcus. Costanza gets this one in quick again. Gives off Maddie Reynolds, who gives it back to Costanza as she whips across back in. Tries to find Bella Campos there on the backside. Nate able to, as Flowermont tries to work off the counterattack now. Decided to just work it back. But they go for this long stretch ball, but doesn't seem to have any Flower Mound players open downfield. As Chloe Adams is going to take her time, move it back through her defense. Now it's going to land on the feet of Kennedy Wise, who she's just going to give it back off to the left side of the field there, but they're going to throw it back into the center here, and Flower Mound's able to get possession. But Costanza is able to cut it off once again. She takes her time to the through ball, tries to find Maddie Reynolds there again, but unable to find her, and it's going to be another throw in here for Marcus. We have this time here on this throw in. What are you seeing out of both sides here, especially on the Flowermont side, as they did just strike about 10 minutes ago?
Honestly, both teams looking very aggressive on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. Flowermont defense definitely picking up the pace here, haven't allowed a big goal opportunity since 5 minutes in when they did give up that 1 goal, but they made up for it on the offensive side of the ball. And as we're halfway through this second half, I think Flower Mound has a good chance to come back and tie this game, maybe win it in extra time. But yeah, it's pretty interesting so far.
As Flower Mound's able to get possession off a little bit of a bad touch there by Campos, but Flower Mound's just going to take their time once again, continuing to work through their defense, using those little give and go passes as they have some open space now. The person down the left side, another good cut off there by Marcus. So they're going to find Campos once again here on the right side. She's been pretty quiet tonight, as they know it's the leading goal scorer, as she does get fouled there. And it's going to be a free kick once again for Marcus. She has 20 goals on the season, as you spoke of early in the first half. She definitely has. She's the type of player that can really strike at any moment, even if you don't really see it coming.
Absolutely.
As Maddie Reynolds is now going to take this free kick. He's going to whip this ball in, tries to go for the backside, but it's going to be headed out here by Flower Mound. He's just going to let it roll out so they get the free throw. Just going to let Costanza run down here and take the throw in, as she has been all night. Tries to look for Maddie Reynolds, as she has been the past couple times, and they do the same thing they did again, and Costanza whips this ball in, tries to find Campos. She gets a header off, but it's not going to be strong enough, and Cordova is going to be able to clean that one up. Not strong enough a header there to get past Cordova. Marcus did that same thing they have been doing most of the time off that throw-in, just trying to get that quick cross in. And now Marcus is able to retain possession now to the back. Hemperly makes a good move, and then she gets fouled there at the center field once again. Another hard foul as she goes down again, but she gets right back up. It's be that Paige Dixon now is going to take this free kick.
Definitely starting to see the bitterness of this rivalry coming out. First half was pretty clean, but now with time running out, both teams getting a little bit dirty.
Ball is going to move to the top of the key here. Hemberly tries to find some open space as she crosses it in, lands it on open feet for Mazzola. Mazzola takes a shot, but it's blocked by Flower Mound. Just gets the body in front and uses her own body to become the goalkeeper there and just shuts everything down. Great defense there by Flower Mound.
Excellent defense there by Flower Mound. You definitely got to be careful with this Marauder offense. It's just like Coach Hobbs said in our Coach's Corner interview in our last episode of Ellison in Overtime. They could score from anywhere on this field, so you definitely got to be careful when they're in the 20-yard line.
As now Flower Mound's able to get possession back on their offensive end. Try to make a quick pass here, but Marcus able to cut that one off. As Kennedy Wise there gives some open space here for Flower Mound. She cuts back and takes the shot, but just misses wide left. A nice opportunity there for Flower Mound.
Flower Mound becoming the aggressor once again, trying to tie this game up just a little bit too far left.
And that's Emmy Holing who had that great chance. Of course, Bree Russell is going to take her time here.
Yeah, definitely going to try to milk as much clock as she can.
That was 16 minutes remaining in the second half. Flower Mound's just going to let this ball roll out. Going for the throw in here. Pinto just headers this ball back into the Marcus defense. So just going to clear this one out. Just going to move back through the midfield here from Flower Mound. So that's Pinto who gives it back off, and she gets the give and go. And now she has some open space. She gives it off to Channing. Channing has some open space on the left side, crosses this ball in, but Bree Russell is right there to stop that. She stops that cross in just by picking it up.
And Russell getting a few more reps this half than the first half, but still holding her own.
Definitely had a pretty good night being able to stop things now as Marcus is trying to go in through that through ball. Maddie Hayes not able to get there in time. She's going to continue to rush after it, putting some good pressure on Flower Mound. Flower Mound is able to clean that up and just clear back down. She takes their time and just kicks it straight back. Bit of kickball action there, but Flower Mound's able to calm it down and make some chances of their own. Good there by Kennedy Wise to try to slow down the Flower Mound attack. But now for Hannah Arstein, who cuts in on her own, tries to make a good pass to her teammate, but not able to. It just seems to be cleared there by Maddie Reynolds as she wants to slow this game down.
And we have another down Marcus player at the 30-yard line. I believe it is Caroline Costanz.
She just had the bit of an issue earlier with her the tight muscles. I'm sure it's just getting to her again.
Yeah, we saw her over on the sidelines getting stretched out. It looks like she's having the same issues again. As we only have 14.5 minutes left in this game in regulation.
Now with the time we have, of course, Brody, what do you think you need to see out of Flower Mound to get this game knotted up?
Flower Mound they've definitely been able to get the ball out of their own territory a lot better than they were in the first half, but it's in Marcus's territory where they seem to struggle. They can't keep the ball for long periods of time. Everything's so crowded there, it's hard for them to pass as often as they'd like to. And the fact that the only goal they've gotten tonight came off of a ricochet and a missed dive by the goalie should speak volumes to how this offense is playing tonight. They can't get much going on offense. So I think if they can get a little bit of separation down in Marcus territory, they could definitely score, tie this game up, maybe win it. But right now their main focus is to bring this into extra time.
Yeah, they have about 14 minutes and 33 seconds left to get this game knotted up. Excuse me, I think that was Paige Dixon there down on the midfield there with the tight muscles as she's going to come out now. Hopefully get those stretched back out and able to come back in. As Austin's going to put this ball back in here for Flower Mound as we have 14 minutes remaining here in this playoff game. It's going to be a key 14 minutes for both teams. Marcus trying to shut things down while Flower Mound's going to try to tie this game back up. As we're going to have a sub here for Flower Mound. As Emma Whitley is going to come out here. And Flower Mound's just going to get this thrown, try to get this thrown to the backside, but Kennedy Wise is right there just to head it back out. We're going to get another quick throw in here for Flower Mound. This time Augustine just tries to go back to her team to get Case, who moves it back through the center, who switches the field now. So they're just going to go back through their defense, trying to maintain possession, trying to grow some chances through the backfield. But of course, Marcus defense there again with the great pressure to really shut down that opportunity. Now Cordova is going to move this ball back in, try to set it up through the back. As of course now Flower Mound having a lot of possession now, trying to move past this hard back line that Marcus has. Found some open space here on the right side. That's Augustine.
Good move by Augustine there.
Gonna give it back to Case. Who moves it back through for Shank, but she's not able to find anyone as Kenny Wise is able to clean that back up.
Right back to Augustine.
Yep, as Marcus continues to try to put pressure on this Flower Mound team, trying to give up the possession, but so far doing a good job on the back line to make sure they don't get through. Flower Mound gets this ball through the midfield, tries a quick little touch, but Marcus' defense is once again there to shut that down. They just clear it through again, just their missed touch here. Marcus just trying to clear this ball out, trying to slow the game down, but Flower Mound is just keeping the pace going. Backside, another clear here by Marcus, and this one's just going to roll all the way back here on to the Flower Mound defensive side.
And it's not quite yet panic time for Flower Mound, but it's definitely getting close.
I have about 12 minutes here left in this match here on Ellis Men. Flower Mound's definitely having a bulk of the possession here in the final minutes. A couple people seem to go down there, but it's going to end up being a Marcus throw-in. Actually, it's going to be a foul on Flower Mound. It's going to be a free kick here for Costanz. She's just going to move it back through her defense, trying to get some possession back. As now Maddie Reynolds has had some open space. Moves to the back to Hemperly. Hemperly now has some room to work. Tries to get off to Campos. Campos wasn't ready to cut back, but it's going to land straight back in the feet of Hemperly here. Hemperly now takes a shot, and she just misses to the left. She had another good chance there, but just a little bit too far to the left there.
And Marcus does not make a lot of misses when they make their shots, but this is one of those rare occasions where they do tonight.
Yeah, another shot from outside the box. That's where a bulk of their opportunities have came from. As Marcus is going to be able to get this ball back here at midfield. Mazzola makes a couple good touches. Then almost a turnover there by Maddie Reynolds, but she makes a good play on the ground to make sure that that ball doesn't get turned over. It's going to land at the feet here of Hemperly, but it's going to be offsides.
And a little bit of a late shove from a Flower Mound player on Hemperly, and the ref was having none of that.
Yeah, definitely the rivalry starting to heat up here in these final moments of this game. Getting a bit tense. Marcus still holds that 1-goal lead as they have for the past 20 minutes. Ball going to just get kicked all the way back to Bree Russell. She's just going to take her time with it. She has no reason to rush, as she just decides to milk as much time as she can and just picks it up.
As we are down to the final 10 minutes of this game.
Up here on Ellis Men, as Marcus still has that 2-1 lead. As Leach tries a bit of a possession there, but it's going to end up being a foul here on Flower Mound. Be another free kick here for Marcus. Campos going down again. Be taking their time here, Marcus is. And that's going to be Chloe Adams. Spoke of earlier in the broadcast. She is an Oklahoma commit. She has a bright future ahead of her. She's just going to whip this one back into her open teammate on the other side of the field, but she's going to take too heavy of a touch, and Flowermound's going to give possession right back. Really good on those one-touch passes, but this one's just going to land at the feet of Marcus. But again, it's been a bit of kickball here. But Mazzola does another good play, as she has been all night, and finds an open teammate. As off to Hemperly. Hemperly gives it off to Campos, but it's going to land in the feet of some Flowermound players. Flowermound takes their time here, trying to retain possession again, taking their time, knowing they still have plenty of time on the clock to maintain a chance, but Campos is going to block that pass here. As Cordova now is going to pick it up and settle her Flowermound team down. She's going to kick this one back in. Going to land in the feet of a Marcus player, but it's going to continue to stay with the Marcus side. So they give it off to Campos here on the right side. Tries to go for a quick little run here for Hemperly. Hemperly's going to battle with this player to try to get the ball back. She's not able to. It's going to be a goal kick now for Flowermound.
Only 8 minutes remaining in regulation tonight.
Definitely the great game we were looking forward to earlier is turning out to be everything you wanted out of a Friday night playoff match between two rivals. As Cordova's just going to take our time here. As the sub's going to come off. That's going to be Hemperly coming off. As Maddie Hayes is going to try to put some pressure on, but they decided to just take their time. That's Turgeson who came back in after having that injury earlier, but she's keeping it going. Now she's back in now. Now with 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the second half. Marcus just taking their time with the ball, not trying to make any mistakes. So this is now Maddie Hayes here on the left side of the field. This ball gets pushed away from her. It's going to be a throw in here for Marcus. As now the Marcus crowd is getting even louder now, as they know they hold the distinct advantage right now with that 1-goal lead. Good crowd on both sides, good student sections, really fun to watch. He's going to try to throw this ball in, but Flowermound's going to take the tap out and just going to let this one roll out for a throw-in. Wouldn't be surprised here if they do the same thing they have been. Costan's probably going to take this throw in here, try to give it off to Hemperly.
As we are now just under 7 minutes left in this game, Flowermound definitely needs to make something happen if they want a chance.
And we have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. Costan's going to take her time, of course. Going to give it off to Turgeson. Turgeson not able to get too good of a touch on it, but Chris can continue that pressure now. Tries to get the clear off, but Kennedy Wise is right there to make a good defensive play. Now Flowermound's going to move this ball back in. It's going to be shut down here again by Marcus. So now Marcus is going to have the opportunity here from Mazzola. Mazzola has some open space. Had a goal earlier in the game, the first one of the night. So it's going to move back out here to Campos. Campos has some open space. Almost 5 minutes remaining here. Going to give it off to Mazzola, but Flowermound's able to cut that one off. Of course, Marcus is going to take their sweet time with their passes. Not trying to make any mistakes here at the end of the game. Almost gives it straight back to Mazzola there, but Flowermound's able to retain possession. And a good play by Marcus. They've had a great back line all night. And here they come now. Here comes Costance. Already has 2 goals and assists their last game. She's going to give it off to Maddie Hayes, who's going to whip it in here for Campos, but it's not going to be able to reach her. Give this one back off to Maddie Reynolds, who we've already seen with some good footwork as she continues to do it, but this one's going to be shut down here by Flowermound. It's just going to be kicked out wide. Flowermound's going to rush back up.
As we are now at the 5 minute mark for this game, Flowermound desperate for something to happen.
Yeah, as they're just trying to move quick, but Marcus has definitely had some possession here in the last 5 minutes. It's going to see if Flowermound's going to be able to get that possession back. So they move back to the middle now. As they're going to switch the field here to an open left side. Gives it off to Pinto. Pinto moves off to the left side. Tries to find her teammate, Channy. Channy gives it off back then. It's just going to roll out, and it seems to be a goal kick here for Marcus. as they take their time here. Make sure to tune in to Ellis Men Overtime, their next episode premiering Friday on YouTube. It's going to be a great episode. We've had some great episodes already. Of course, Brody, you have produced some of those episodes. And
yeah, that's right. I direct most of the episodes. If you want any more of your sports fix, satiated, Ellis Men Overtime is the place for you. Next episode is in 2 Fridays. We only have 2 more episodes for the year, in 2 Fridays, and then 2 more Fridays after that.
it's going to be a foul here on Mark. It's going to be a free kick here for Filemount with 4 minutes remaining. There's 4 minutes remaining here on Ellis Men. Marcus still holds that 2-1 advantage. They've had the lead they've had the lead since they got the first goal 10 minutes into that first half by Nina Mazzola.
Flowermount definitely looking for a miracle at this point.
As they whip this ball in, has some open space, but it's going to be cleared out there by Marcus. Mazzola tries to get that header up, not able to. But if it's going to land at the feet here of Kenny Wise, and Hemperley's just going to kick it out back right. But it's not going to be able to get far enough. And this one now is going to get cleared out, back to the back line. It's going to be a throw in here for Filemount as they rush up to it, knowing they don't have as much time. They're going to try to cycle through the back. Mazzola's able to keep pressure on as she stumbles now. And now Marcus is going to be able to have possession as they're going to take their time. Mazzola having a great night overall everywhere. Great offense, great defense. Of course, that great team captain there for Marcus.
Just over 3 minutes left in the game tonight.
That's going to be Grace Martin taking the throw in here. As now she's going to get carded. I'm going to assume that it's probably going to be just for taking up too much time.
And the official getting some back talk, not having any of it.
So now we're just going to stop time here with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left. As Martin's now going to have to come off the pitch for at least a couple minutes. And now Mazzola is going to get the ball back. Of course, the time's going to continue to run now. So Mazzola gets this ball in. Going to get off the side to Campos. Going to call a foul here on Flowermount. It's going to be a free kick. Flowermount, of course, kind of urge Marcus to move faster. As they do now. Move over to the side to Bella Campos. She whips one in. It just goes over top of the net. Tries to almost look like she almost went for the shot there. Now Cordova is going to hustle up. Move them back here. And now we're going to have a sub here. Of course, Grace Martin's going to come back onto the pitch. As Maddie Hayes is going to come off. Trying to probably up that defense. Trying to make sure their back line is all strong as it has been all night.
And Flowermount running out of time, getting desperate. If they don't score here, it's unlikely that they'll score again tonight.
A little bit of a weak kick there by Cordova, but lucky it just bounced off Mark's player. Going to be a throw in here for Flowermount. Trying to move quick, knowing they only have about 2 minutes left here. Trying to make that extra touch here. Slides down there by Marcus, but a good defensive play. It's going to be another throw in here for Flowermount. They're going to move quick here down the left side. Again, headed out by Marcus. Seems to be a foul here on Flowermount. Yep, as it is going to be. Flowermount there, foul on Flowermount, and it's going to be Maddie Rebels taking the free kick once again. She's going to take this one and just kick it all the way downfield. Again, Marcus is able to just get to the ball first and able to clear this one out. They've just been able to get to almost every first ball.
As there's only a minute and a half left in this game. And the ball will go out of bounds. And at this point, we'd like to update you on other scores around the state. As Keller is up 3-0 at halftime.
As whoever wins that match is going to end up probably facing Marcus or Flowermount, bearing a goal here in the last minute.
Yeah, whoever wins this game here is likely to face Keller in the next round. That should be an interesting matchup.
We have 45 seconds here remaining for Flowermount. We're running out of time here as this ball gets kicked out. Clock is just going to continue to run here. Clock is not on Flowermount's side. There's 35 seconds left. Marcus is just going to kind of continue their shutdown defense as they have been all night.
Flower Mound looking for nothing short of a miracle.
This ball is just going to be again cleared out by Marcus. Some great defense.
20 seconds.
As they're going to have everyone push in now here for Flower Mound. About 17 seconds. Move to the side. A great pressure again by Marcus. They've just been shutting down everything. Not able to find any open space. As they throw this ball in, but nobody's there. And it's just going to be kicked out here by Flower Mound. This seems to be almost the final seconds here. As this clock continues to run.
And that's going to do it as the Marcus players storm the field. They know that they are moving on to the next round.
Marcus wins 2-1 after a great match. Goals from Matty Hayes and Mazzola make this a 2-1 victory for them as they're going to move on. And this rivalry was great. Everything you want in a Friday night soccer match.
Not necessarily a season sweep for Marcus, but as close as they could get given that they did tie Flower Mound on their second meeting.
Yeah, they got the win, and most importantly, they're moving on in the Texas State playoffs.
And they will likely play Keller in the next round, but we'll let you know more about that on LSMN Overtime should you want to tune in.
And that's going to be all the time we have here tonight on LSMN. I'm Brendan Selke alongside my partner, Brody Lewis. And
we just like to thank our director, Bertine Rodriguez, and technical director, Harley Smith. And we wish you all a good night.
As Marcus wins this one 2-1.
Looking for the new hotspot for lunch, dinner, or a quick bite? Bubba's 33 and the Colony has it all. With wall-to-wall flat screens, signature half-pound burgers, handmade, stone-baked pizzas, and the coldest beverages around. We've got what you're craving. Visit bubbas33.com for more information or to order online. Bubba's 33, food for all. Looking for the